He accused her of stealing the car she had driven for years, his hand never leaving his gun. But seconds later, she reached into her bag, pulled out an ID, and ended his career on the spot. The sun had barely climbed above the rooftops. As Judge Vanessa Cole steered her deep blue Lexus down the quiet, tree-lined streets of her neighborhood. It was a short drive to the courthouse. She liked it that way. It gave her time to think about the cases she'd hear that day, to go over her notes in her head before the gavel struck. Her black blazer was perfectly pressed, her pearl earrings glinting softly in the morning light. In the passenger seat, a neat stack of case files sat buckled in because to Vanessa, everything was done with care. She was just 2 blocks from the courthouse when red and blue lights flashed in her rear-view mirror. Her stomach tightened, not from guilt, but from the familiar weight of what those lights sometimes meant for people who looked like her. Still, she eased her car to the curb, rolled down her window, and rested both hands visibly on the wheel. Years of caution had taught her the rules. A tall, broad-shouldered officer stepped out of the cruiser, his boots striking the pavement hard. His right hand hovered over the top of his holster, his left hand holding a clipboard. "License and registration," he barked before he'd even reached her door. Vanessa gave a polite nod. "Of course, officer. May I ask what the—" "This car was reported stolen this morning," he interrupted, his tone clipped. "Step out of the vehicle." The air was suddenly heavy. 2 pedestrians slowed as they passed, watching. A delivery driver idled at the corner, eyes flicking between Vanessa and the officer. She kept her voice calm. "Officer, I believe there's been a mistake. This is my car. I have the title and—" "Step out of the car," he said, his voice sharp enough to cut. She unbuckled her seatbelt and stepped out, her heels clicking against the asphalt. Heel circled her vehicle, scanning it like a predator circling prey. "You match the description," he said without looking at her. Black female, mid-40s, seen driving away from the area. Vanessa took a deep breath. "You're making an assumption." "No, ma'am," he replied flatly. "I'm doing my job." She watched him run her plates, watched him glance back at her, suspicion still in his eyes. "Before you say another word, officer," she began, "I think it's time you knew exactly who you've pulled over." He smirked. "And who would that be?" Vanessa reached into her black leather bag, moving slowly, deliberately. She pulled out a slim wallet, flipped it open and held it up to the sunlight. The gold seal of the state judiciary gleamed. Her name was printed in bold above her title, Honor Vanessa Cole, Superior Court Judge. For a moment, time stopped. The officer's smirk vanished, his eyes widened, and his posture shifted from dominance to defense in a heartbeat. "You're a judge?" he stammered. "I am," she replied evenly. "And you've just detained me, accused me of theft, and treated me as though I were guilty before even asking a single question. Do you understand the gravity of what you've done?" He opened his mouth, but no words came out. Vanessa pulled out her phone and dialed. "This is Judge Cole. Patch me through to the precinct commander." Within minutes, a black SUV pulled up. The precinct commander stepped out, his face tense as he took in the scene. She laid out everything: the stop, the accusation, the way his hand had never left his weapon. The commander's jaw tightened. "Officer, you're relieved of duty pending review. Hand me your badge." The officer's shoulders sagged as he unpinned it, avoiding Vanessa's gaze. As he walked away, Vanessa's voice followed him, low but unwavering. "Protecting and serving means everyone, not just the people you choose." By the end of the day, word of the incident had spread through legal circles and into the media. The officer resigned before the investigation concluded. And Vanessa? She walked into her courtroom that afternoon without missing a single case. Her robe flowing, her gavel steady, a living reminder that the law belongs to all and that respect is not optional. Because true justice isn't just delivered from the bench. Sometimes it's demanded on the side of the road.